Namah Shivaya. Hello, children. Welcome to our podcast about Sri Chandrasekharendra Saraswati Mahaswamy. In each episode, I am trying to bring you some stories, true stories that reveal how Paramacharya lived his life, a life full of compassion, wisdom, and even divine grace. So let's get to know some more stories about him. A few years ago, some American and Russian professors came to Chennai. So among them was Professor Rybakov. He was a great scholar and he is also the president of the Russian Academy of Sciences. Though he never met Paramacharya before, in his office in Moscow, there was a portrait of our Paramacharya, and that was the only picture hanging in his office. So he always wanted to meet Paramacharya whenever he comes to India. Years passed and finally Rybakov came to Chennai. So he was eager to meet Paramacharya. But when they reached the Kanchi Matham, they were told that Paramacharya had a fever and no darshan would be given on that day. He actually noted down some questions that he had in his mind and he was seeking answers for them. But when it seemed that he couldn't get the darshan, he was very much disappointed. But then somebody suddenly came and told that Mahaswami is asking to bring him inside. See, great people are always like that. They can understand the intentions of the people who are coming to visit them. When they truly have the passion to learn new things, definitely they are going to encourage them. So Parmacharya was lying down, and when these people came inside, he got up and silently looked at Rybakov. So within minutes, tears of joy started flowing from the eyes of this person. No one was talking. It was very silent. Then after some time, Parmacharya asked the person who is a translator over there, he asked him, so tell him to ask whatever questions he has. Then Rybakov said, I got answers even without asking them. This is not the experience of just Rybakov. Many people who had some questions in their mind, whenever they were in the presence of Paramacharya, they could get answers to those questions. And you can see similar incidents in Ramana Maharshi's life also. Because silence in itself is a language. For everything you need not know English or Hindi or Sanskrit or something. Silence is the biggest language. So after this, Parmacharya asked, though Sanskrit is seen mixed in the Russian language, is it there in a dialect spoken in the extreme north of that country? So then Rybakov was really shocked. He said, yeah, it is true. Then Parmacharya said, your country has the name Rishi Varsham. It is because rishis like Yajnavalkya have established a Vedic research center over there. So Parmacharya gave so many details and he was really shocked. How does he know all these things? Then before leaving, Rybakov asked Parmacharya, what should I do to become a Hindu? Then Parmacharya replied, even without doing anything, you are a Hindu. See, not just Rybakov, there are many people who are not Hindus were willing to convert to Hinduism when they study a little more about Hinduism because they get fascinated with all the knowledge that is available in Hinduism. So even though Parmacharya said you are already a Hindu, but still Rybakov was not satisfied. He said, I would at least rather have a Hindu name. Then looking at him, Parmacharya said, so you have a white beard and you already look like a rishi. So let me name you Rishi. So Rybakov was so happy and he changed his name to Rishi. And then this Rishi started a branch of Ramakrishna Matham in Moscow. So such was the impact of Hinduism on him. And from this incident, you should understand that true connection knows no language, no border. So a pure heart can feel the truth even in silence. So I'm always telling you this, keep your heart open. You never know when the divine will speak directly to you. Even now, even the stories that we are talking about are just 100 years old. But even to this date, there are many people who are experiencing this. If you are silent and if your mind is open, it's not the mind, if your heart is open, definitely divine speaks to you and you can listen to that. Now let's talk about another incident. See, when we are talking about Parmacharya, we are always thinking that he has divine powers, he is God. But he is a Peethadipati and he is a sannyasi. He has to follow some rules which is very difficult to follow. As I've told you in the first 1 or 2 episodes about him, it is very difficult to follow all the sannyas ashram dharmas. So one this incident will tell you how difficult it is and how Parmacharya always followed them. So Parmacharya once was suffering with severe fever and neck pain. His temperature was 105 degrees. Then a renowned doctor, by then he was Dr. Kalyanaraman, he came to examine Parmacharya. So before beginning the treatment, the doctor did a namaskaram and Parmacharya said, "Why did you do the namaskaram?" Then the doctor replied, "Before I see any patient, I pray to you. Now that you are my patient, to whom else can I pray? That's the reason I am praying you." Then the doctor checked him and he said, "You have very high temperatures. Is it possible to avoid bathing in cold water for at least 1 or 2 days?" See, we use hot water for our shower even in any time of the not just winters, but whenever we want, we just use lukewarm water or hot water. But sannyasis always have their bath in cold water. That is the reason he was telling, because of this fever, you have to at least avoid it for 1 or 2 days till the fever subsides. Then Parmacharya gently said, "Just yesterday, I took Grahana Snanam during the lunar eclipse." Because whenever the lunar eclipse occurs, Hindus generally go and do a Grahana Snanam. That is head bath, they'll do. So he said, then the doctor was shocked, with this fever, how did you do that? Then again Parmacharya calmly replied, "Just by holding my nostrils and dipping the head under the water 108 times." Now the doctor couldn't speak a word. Then the doctor nearly fainted and he said, "What treatment can a mere mortal like me give to you? You are an incarnation of Lord Shiva and he is protecting your body despite 108 dips in the river with a temperature of 105 degrees. I can only pray to Lord Shiva to keep you in good health for our sake, that is for the devotees' sake, and for many more years to come." So, the message that we can learn from this incident is that having discipline, faith, and devotion, this will give our body and spirit great strength. So, we just have to do our duties with sincerity and believe in our inner power, because the inner power is stronger than we think. Parmacharya could withstand all those 108 dips with that high temperature, not because of some divine power, but it is because of his inner strength. Only because of the discipline that he has to do that. That is his dharma, so he did that. Whenever I start exercising, after doing it for 1 or 2 days, on the third day, I try to find n number of reasons just to avoid it. How about you? I know you're all good children, you're not like me, but in whatever we are doing, try to have this discipline, because consistency and persistency is what makes you successful in your life. Remember that. Now, let's talk about another incident which happened in 1983. The then Prime Minister Srimati Indira Gandhi wanted to release a postal stamp on Adi Shankaracharya. So Indira Gandhi had a special liking for Parmacharya, and so for Shankar Jayanti, she wanted to release a stamp on Adi Shankara. However, she did not want to release it without getting the permission from Parmacharya. So she sent Sri C. Subramanyam, who was the Minister of Agriculture then, and he was also a very ardent devotee of Parmacharya. So she sent him. So when Subramanyam came and told about the stamp to Parmacharya, he smilingly replied, "You are asking for permission, which means that you have already decided to release the stamp. You have come here to convey the information to me. So if I give my opinion, that would be binding on the government." Then Subramanyam has responded to Parmacharya and he said the Prime Minister was very clear that whatever was the desire of Parmacharya, that would be carried out. So while saying this, Subramanyam presumed that Parmacharya would definitely agree with the government's decision, because that would be a great thing. Releasing a stamp on Adi Shankara was a great thing. So definitely he would agree. That is what Subramanyam was thinking. But Mahaswamy made it explicitly clear that he was against the release of the stamp. See the explanation given by Paramacharya. He said, if the stamp is released, people will lick it to stick it on the envelopes. So is that respectable? Is that respectful to reward a saint? And after saying this, he said, in case the Prime Minister wished to release the stamp, it was her wish. I just gave my opinion since you have come all the way and asked for it. Then Indira Gandhi understood what Mahaswamy meant and immediately gave up the idea of the stamp. That is the respect that she has for Mahaswamy. See, what Indira Gandhi has done here is a very good thing and very good message that we should understand, because she might have a great knowledge in politics, but when coming to spirituality, she has taken the advice before proceeding. She went because we might not think about it in that manner, but a person who is in that field will understand it better. That's the reason she has taken the she wanted to take permission of Paramacharya before proceeding further, and the explanation that he has given is spot on, and she respected his suggestion. In the same way, if we are trying to do something important in our life, it is always advisable to contact someone who is known in that field and then take a decision. So, children, each story from Paramacharya's life teaches us something timeless. Whether it was a Russian scientist, a respected doctor, or a prime minister, everyone bowed not just to the person but to the divine presence within him. So, as you go about your life today, you always remember to be humble, to be honest, and be devoted. And listen carefully to your heart, and listen to the silence and to the wisdom that comes without words. So, until next time, let Paramacharya's grace stay with you like a gentle flame in your heart. Jai Hind.